All right, hello and welcome to this new video where I'm going to show you a project I've been working on uh, for weeks now, days. So it's just basically on arbitrage. Uh, let's call it arbitrage scanner. Uh, Basically, it goes through multiple exchanges and trying to find some some arbitrage opportunity. I mean, you can buy on one exchange and sell it on the other. Simple as that. It looks simple, but have not been that easy because you have to deal with how to say different parameters between all those exchanges. And here we talk about. I mean, for my system is not. I didn't set up a lot of exchanges, maybe 7 or 8, but I'm looking forward to integrate more in the future. Okay, so for this matter, I'm using CCXT library. Is a Python library. So CCXT already integrated like many exchanges, API calling this kind of stuff into the package or library. So you don't have to deal like you don't have to go through all the exchanges and read the documentation, this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can just use CKST to, for example, fetch the book, uh, live book fetching, uh, even fetch the balance, this kind of stuff. I mean, it comes with a lot of methods and everything is synchronized. You don't need to, even though yeah, there is some method. I mean, there is some method for certain exchange that is not properly set up. So you need to be creative and you know do how to say modify the code by yourself. These kind of things. So yeah, and also in arbitrage, the how to say the thing that really account is the speed. The speed is a huge parameter to your success. So I have to. This is the my code running here on a VPS. I can't do this on on my own machine because the network won't be will be slow, so it will not be that fast. So you can see how I mean it's not that so fast, but yeah, it's not that bad. So I will do a quick workaround um, about how I set up all of this because the goal will be to open source the codes so you can have access to it also, and if you want to run it, you can run it on your site. All right. So here you have I call it the builder, the exchange builders. Maybe I will change the name later. So basically, what this does is it gathering all the data from the exchanges. So for example, if you take Binance or Bybit, it will just go and oh sorry. First we have initialize DB. As database, we are using SQLite for our database. This is where we store all the data. We I keep it simple. Maybe I will upgrade it to um, Postgre or MySQL. I don't know because with SQLite you can't just write on the database. How to say you can just write. I mean, only one process can write on the database. Okay, you can't have two processes writing at the database at the same time. So yeah, this is a limit. I'm gonna show you maybe later in the video why I'm saying that. So because SQL, my SQL for example, you can many people can write, not many people, many process can write inside the database at the same time. So yeah, SQL is more simpler. Yeah, so let's move on. So when you build the exchanges, you have all those tables that are being created. I'm going to show you. Those are the exchanges. The most important are currencies and network and also arbitrage path. Okay, so when you build with this method or this class, it just helps to build the currencies and I think the network. Okay, so basically go through all the exchanges, load and load the currencies, and those different parameters. Is it active, is it depositable, is it withdrawable, what the withdrawal fee, and all the exchange doesn't provide all those data. Okay, and also you're also trying to load the network is basically the blockchain that you are going to withdraw or deposit for each currencies. Again, you can see that some exchange doesn't provide the address of the blockchain, this kind of stuff. And yeah, basically that's it. Let's continue. After that, you have run scan. So basically what this does is, for example, for a symbol, for let's say BTC USDT, it's going to look all the exchanges that have this symbol, that have BTC USDT, and compare. Yeah, kind of not compare. For example, for BT USDT, it's going to look for all the exchanges and look like, okay, on which exchange we can buy and sell. Okay, for example, if Binance and Bybit have BTC USDT, okay, so that's means you can potentially buy on Binance and sell on Bybit. Okay, and I call those one, the result of those one, arbitrage path. Okay, so basically just potential arbitrage opportunity, and the data is being stored here. For example, for symbol GUSDT, you can buy on Binance and sell on ByteGet, and you have other parameters like the network, and yeah, all those other stuff. What else? Oh, no, sorry. So I'm trying to explain. So maybe you guys, when I'm going to open source it, you can just run it on your side and also, uh, execute some arbitrage opportunity if you want to. Here we have analysis engine. So analysis engine is let's say the heart of our project because this is where everything is going on. Basically, what is happening here is that um, so we will go through each step. So first we initialize the exchanges. Basically, we load the data, and then we load the arbitrage path. You remember from the database here, the arbitrage path have been already built. It's just the symbol and where we can buy and sell. And then there is a method that are called ticker scanner loop. So what this does, this fetch all the tickets from all the exchanges. That's a lot of data between. So it's the tickers for all the symbol from all the exchanges. So it's a lot. It could be like around 25,000 rows or something, depending on how many exchanges you have set up. So here I have set up just 7 or 8 exchanges, and I already have 25 rows, you know, to analysis. And here, once you fetch the tickets, we have to look to the last price, okay? And we compare the last price to, for example, between two exchanges, depend of the arbitrage path you have. For example, you can take Badger.USDT between Gate and ByteGet and BitGet, and then we compare the last prices of Badger USDT between Gate and ByteGet. The last price is just the last price of the other book, okay? And if there is a profit, okay, if there is a profit, we add it to a queue, okay, and then I have a worker. Where is it now? I'm gonna say, yeah, validation worker. So validation worker is just we how to say, get those information from the queue, this potential arbitrage opportunity from the queue, and then he will fetch the order book, the whole order book, and walk through the order book to see if there's a potential profit from this arbitrage path. And then if there's a potential profit, he will add it to an object, and the web server will, so when we fetch this opportunity from our front end, how to say, we just fetch this object, that the object that is stored the potential arbitrage opportunity. So basically that's this is basic explanation. I have a lot of features also, but basically that's how the whole system works. It's really simple. We fetch the tickets, we get the last price. If there's opportunity, we fetch now the whole order book, because there's a lot of potential opportunity. There's like around 25,000, so we cannot look for 25,000 book at the same time. They will be costly. Okay, so to make something simple, maybe we will do it in the future, but they will be really costly. We need a lot of resources to fetch like 25,000, like, okay, maybe it will be 10,000 symbol at the same time from each different exchanges. You have to manage the rate limit, this kind of stuff. That's a lot. That's why I set it up like that, and then in the future I will update. Okay. Now, so as I was saying, there was a rate limit for the exchanges, and 6CSC come with a feature that help you to reroute the request through all the proxies. Okay, because all the exchanges, they have set a limit of the request you can send from your IP. Okay, if you are using, let's say, one IP, and you are sending like 10 requests per second, for example, you cannot go maybe more than 10 requests per second. Okay, so they will, how to say, they will flag you, and then they will say, oh, this one is sending a lot of requests, and they maybe ban your IP. So most of the time it's temporarily, but with proxy you can just bypass this, and yeah, maybe if you send it properly, you can maybe even send 100 requests per second per exchanges. So this is what I did. I cannot show you my IP, my proxies here is in my environment files here file, but I can show you. This is my VPS where I have deployed the application. So you can see that 242 you just go have been added to the queue. 242 potential arbitrage opportunity have been added to the queue, and then all those arbitrage potential opportunity will be analysis. The order book will be fetched, and we will see the potential opportunity, the profit from those potential opportunities. Okay, so you can see how fast is it. I'm doing it like in 2 or 4 seconds, something like that. You can see, and this one I just set up 6 processes. I'm using 6 processes. Okay, so maybe if I upgrade to 10 proxies, it will be even more fast. I will be like in 1 second. So you can see it's really fast. It's not that bad. It's really fast. Like in 3 or 4 seconds, I basically know what arbitrage opportunity can give me some profit. And I also add a new feature that helped me to see, because here there was a gap. There's still a gap. I mean, 3 or 4 seconds, it can be a little bit slow to catch up. So I set up this one, see live. So this basically, when I click on it, for example, I click on see live for STBU USDT. So it's one opportunity from MES to Gates. So basically what this does is like it's fetching the order book for this particular symbol each 1 second. Okay, each 1 second, the other book of those this particular symbol is fetching on between mask and gate. This is for mask and this is for gate. Okay, so this is where you buy and this is where you sell. Okay, so this is more live. Okay, this is more how to say, it's more accurate than the other one, because the other one there's a gap of 3 or 5 seconds sometimes, so you don't really know. So this one, you know, you can even see the book here. Okay, and you can even approximately get the potential profit you can have. If, for example, if you buy for $100, that's the potential profit you have. If you buy it for 150, that's the potential profit you can have. Okay, you can also get the average buy price, the best average buy price for 150, and the best average buy price for 100. Sorry, the best average sell price for 150. Okay, so this help you have a good sight over the data, and you can take insight over the data. You can take better decision than just the other one. Also, um, yeah, I also set up this one. This one help you to trade literally, but you have to add your API keys, private API keys. So you have to be careful with this one, because you can literally place an order. You know, if I click, for example, here, it's basically like an exchange. Yeah, this is basically like an exchange. If I click, for example, here, you see, I can click max, for example. That will buy that, because here actually I have 100 USDT on mask. So this is the amount of the coin I will get, and I can place the order. Okay, here I think I can generate the address. Fail to generate the address for gate address is not okay. Yeah, for gate have some restriction about the address generation. I think you have to do it on the platform. Let's take another one. Let's take KuCoin. What is this? Okay, let's take another one. Let's take Bitmart. I mean, I still have some bugs, but I will fix it. Okay, you see, for Bitmart, I can generate the address. For example, if there's a memo, I can add the memo. I will select the network I want to use and how much I want to send, and bam, I can just withdraw from here. I don't even need to go to the exchange and waste my time. You see, so I have all this data here. Just I can operate fully from my platform. Okay. Yeah. So basically, that's it. That's it. Everything is here. Even the living monitoring that was I show you is here. That's the code right here. It's not perfect. I will try to update it, because I was getting some error before, but I fixed most of the error. But I want to go from this one to set up a queue system, a queue worker system for the live monitoring. I want to show you also um, this is my web API. So basically, I'm using fast API here to serve the data. You can see that I have set up a lot of endpoints for live monitoring, for fetch the opportunities. That's the main stuff. That's the main endpoint, opportunities to get the status. Here's for trading and this kind of stuff. So yeah, basically that's it. I will make it open source, and yeah, if someone is interested, you can uh, you can have it and trade, and get it for free. Of if you want to participate it by modify the code or suggest some updates, yeah, you are most welcome for it. So yeah, basically that's it. Thank you for watching, And oh, I also want to show you here's the front end. I'm not a front end guy, but I've set up something. For example, you can click here because sometimes some if you look for some symbol, you can check if the symbol is actually withdrawable from directly from the exchange. Okay, and you can see that here is okay because some I feel like the API doesn't match sometimes what you have on the platform, like on the exchange. Sometimes, not always. Like it's really rare, but yeah, it can happen. It can happen. And also, actually, I forgot. If you look to the main, I want to remove this one from here. Okay, that's what I commented before, and it will be here. All right. So there will be a standalone uh, code that you can execute. It will be different from the main. Okay, we act like as a worker, separate process. All right. Also, I have a something I call worker here. Yeah. This is for the how to say. This is for the trading. Yeah, trading engine or trading system. Everything that is trading is here. Okay. So this is also a standalone, is executed separately. So you can see that if I do Control B, next. Alright. So here is the trading process. Okay, everything that is trading is come here. Okay, so this is follow a queue worker system. For example, if I can get the balance, let me show you real quick. Because when I click see live, a request is sending to the server to get the balance each 5 seconds. Okay, let's go to the VPS. You can see. Okay, so basically I'm sending a request to the fast API server. The fast API server then is adding to this request to the queue, and here they are getting the data from the queue and process it. Okay, and then we return it. Okay, so I set it up this one like that for the trading, everything that is trading processing. Okay, yeah. And here you have, yeah. So here is because you know the network of the currencies here can be updated. Or is it? Yeah. Sometimes there's some currencies that can be active for a while, and then the exchange we just made it not active, or the exchange we just remove we make it not depositable, you know, this kind of stuff. So I need to be updated all the time. So, and also the network, what can change here? Yeah, the fee can change. Is the fee here? I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, I thought the fee was here. I think the fee is here then. Okay. So the fee is here. Okay. So also the fee can change on the for some currencies, depend of how basically the fee can change. Okay, so I need to update this all the time. And so the liquidity market, because in the scanner, yeah, or is it, so you know, here the scanner that I showed you before, here I'm using, because I cannot, there's some currencies or symbol if you want that have like really small liquidity, like 10,000, 5,000, and small liquidity is like not really tradable. Okay, I'm not advised. So in my config file, I don't know how much I have defined. Yeah, I define like at least 40,000 of liquidity on 24 hour. Okay, so this method is getting the liquidity, and then we'll select the right currencies I can analyze depend of the liquidity, but I need 40,000 liquidity at least. Okay, I cannot, for example, a 10,000 liquidity market will be really slow. Like to buy and sell will be really really slow. So I'm just remove them, and this also will make the list not a big list. I will have a small list. Okay, so this here is the one that is executing this one. Okay, those two, one, the build and the scan. So the build and the scan is done each 10 or 11 hours to re-update the database with the new data if there is. Okay, so for example, you can see that next, I think this is next network update. Network update is the currencies, the fee, and all that stuff. It's in 11 hours. Okay, the last one was at midnight in my country here. Now it's 3. Yeah, so I don't need to touch because before I was in need to come here and re-execute it all the time to get the updates, and yeah, it was really frustrating. And you know, that's the main stuff I want to show you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I will deploy it, and then I will make it available. And if someone wants to have access to it and execute it on their site, you can do it. I will try to make the readme file properly, because here I have a lot set up. I did a lot of update, but I didn't really document all those, and how to launch also the whole project. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching, and bye.